Hello everyone, welcome to my... Today we're gonna fly to DUNA and back with a steering wheel in Kerbal Space Program. We're also gonna test other vehicle types to see how they would react. And before we start, I would like to thank everybody for 11 subscribers. I know this isn't much, but it means a lot to me. Alright, let's begin. In this video I decided not to make a separate save file, which means that the great cockpit is back. But we're not gonna play from the first person, like we did in the last video, because it's boring and unnecessary. And that means that we are adding new rules to our campaign. And you might ask, how am I going to control a rocket if the wheel spins only in one direction? I'll just use buttons on the wheel. In fact, let me introduce you to my key beans. The triangle activates SAS, the square makes our time go slower, X makes our time go faster, rotating a wheel will cause us to control yaw, with the pedals we control roll, R2 and L2 controls the pitch, while R3 and L3 control our throttle. Also the shifter exists, and with it we can control up to 6 actions, and the reverse gear causes the stages to activate. Now, start. Oh no, I'm falling, no. Well, that rocket is bad. But I tried once again anyways, and this time I made a full orbit. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you where we are going. To test out the steering wheel capabilities, I flew, naturally, to Minmus, because in my opinion, landing on Minmus is much easier than on the moon. And also to extend landing legs, I decided to bind the legs to triangle and SAS to plus. And that meant that we could start to change our inclination to match Minmus and making a maneuver prograde towards Minmus. After all that, we slow down to fall onto Minmus and not go interstellar. After that you do KSP activities, science and mining, which is also science, plant the flag, and you're good to go. However, I ran out of fuel, so let me introduce you my technique on how to get back home when you're out of fuel. Alright, we made some science here, and it was time that we make something more efficient. Asparagus station rocket. It's way more efficient than a rocket with the solid rocket boosters, and I really liked it because it was more efficient than I thought it would be. I didn't understand asparagus staging at first, but once I got that the fuel drains from the bigger numbers, I got the hang of it and it's amazing. This time we were flying to the moon. It's not that hard to fly to the moon, but the landing is much harder than on Minmus. And when I actually made it to moon, my rocket started sliding off the cliff, and that's why it's harder than Minmus. But I still made my science and went back to Kerbin. It's not as much science, but it unlocks some important science parts, which we're gonna use in our DUNA mission. Speaking of DUNA missions, let's make it. Fun fact, it's my first time, I haven't even done that with my keyboard. So, let's start building a new rocket. Alright, our rocket is done. We have much more asparagus staging, which means much more efficiency. I didn't bother with drag parachutes, which was bad, and launched anyway. And there we go. After a couple of minutes, my asparagus stages were dropped, leaving me with a full fuel tank. After we finally reached an orbit, I planned a DUNA encounter and saved the game. After that, I time warped to maneuver, and because of the strange bug, I was flying into the atmosphere, and I reloaded because of that. Luckily, the next time, the bug was gone, and we safely made it to DUNA. I also used Ike to lose speed so we could get captured in DUNA, and after that, we were preparing to land, using DUNA's atmosphere as an air brake. Actually, the DUNA's atmosphere is so small that we almost cannot burn in it, and after doing that a few times, I finally decided to descend. Can you guess how it went? Yes, bad of course. I did not expect that the drag is gonna have no effect on us, even in the lower atmosphere, and activated the engines too late. Not a great situation. It took me 2 more tries to land successfully, and after that I did my science, mining, planted the flag, and I was pretty much done with DUNA. So I came back the next day and decided that it is time to leave DUNA. And Would you look at that, we're finally done with the DUNA mission, and if this video gets 20 likes, I will complete this contract and I will name the flag in the name of a random subscriber, so subscribe. And now we can test other vehicle devices, like I promised. So this is how a normal program works. Okay, I just made a pitch axis on my pedals. Yeah, right, it's perfect, guys, it works. So the sensitivity just below 1, so let's try it now. So yeah, it's quick. Yes, I'm turning and the thing is turning too. The steering wheel right, the car goes straight through, so it works perfectly. This is how it works. If I press the pedal, I crash. If I press the pedal, throttles up. And just like that, we can flip. But why? No, stop. I think the reason behind this all is sensitive. It's flying, look guys, it's flying. I mean, I'm gonna crash. Yeah, damn. Alright, thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.